I hope my microphone was just off. Hey, everybody, it's Lifestyle Focus Friday. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. I think our microphone was off, but guess what? It is that time of the week. It's that time. Do you struggle having balance between your small business and your personal life? If you do, you're in the right place. I'm Ronco Johnson. This is when the lights go out. Are you ready? And it is Lifestyle Focus Friday. And part of our introduction today is understanding the importance of maintaining a healthy balance between work and personal life for your overall well-being's sake. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to do that, okay? We're going to talk about some of the common challenges that are faced by small business owners who are juggling their work life and the responsibilities at home and making sure those commitments are upheld, So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. We got more coming up, and I'd like to talk to you about it, but on the inside. So step on in, and we will see you there. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ronco Johnson. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Lifestyle Focus Wealth and Lifestyle Focus Friday. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you for hanging in there, hanging out with us. How was your week? I tell you, my week was fabulous. I'm looking forward to the beginning of next week when we take our show on location to the Bahamas. Man, Lifestyle Focus Wealth on the beach of the Bahamas. Can't tell you exactly where, but I will show you. Hey, listen, before we get started, let's talk a little bit about some of the house cleaning tips. If you would, if you're just now joining us and I see some people jumping into our comments and what have you, do me a favor. Do not keep us a secret. I'm going to say it. Do not keep us a secret. We're just going to ask for your help really quickly and smash that like button, the subscribe button, the share button, all right there, right below you, right? You see it. It's going right across your screen. Share with someone and let somebody else know that you're doing what millionaires and billionaires do. That's what we talk about. We're talking about lifestyle-focused wealth, not cash, but what is wealth? And today, our topic, we're going to be talking about how do you manage your personal life and your small business life and make sure that all these commitments are honored. How does that happen? How can you effectively manage our time and prioritize the tasks that you need to achieve for better work-life balance? That's what our topic today is. Hello, everybody. I see you coming on in. Good day, good day, good day. Hey, DA, what's happening? I see you out there, buddy. Good to see you, Sam. Good to see you, Miss Henderson, Miss Wilson. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining us very early today. Yeah, we got a topic that I think everybody would want to know if you're in small business, if you have a business of your own. I think that is important for us to be able to talk about and share. And if we share these comments, every once in a while, you might be helping somebody out. And that may be something that you maybe making someone more conscious that, hey, listen, maybe you've been at work a little long. Maybe you're stressed out. You think it's work, but the truth is you're overworked. Or maybe you just need a vacay. Maybe you just need to sit the phone down, get off of all the matrix of everything. And how we do that, right? How do we do that? Well, it may not have a lot to do with money. Today's topic doesn't have a lot to do with money, but it does have to do with lifestyle, and that's what we're focused on. Because you cannot enjoy your money if you're not enjoying your life, right? And if you're not enjoying your life, we need to make sure that we got the right kind of balance to give you all the healthy nutrition that you need, right? Hey, listen, a little sunlight, the beach, loving your life, your finances, and debt free. When all those things come together at one time, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And that's what we want to share with you, right? So that is our conversation today. So do me a favor, if you are joining us for the first time and you want to make a comment, be sure you put in the comments below, when you make your comment, takeaways. Takeaways. I want to know if you're taking away something from our conversation today. Let us know, and put it on our Facebook, our LinkedIn, our Twitter, and our YouTube channel. So I'm asking you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that's where all of our action is, and we want you to be a part. So let's dive right in. What is the first thing we want to talk about today? We want to talk about setting boundaries. Yes, setting boundaries. I think in setting boundaries is so important, because if you're, again, I'm just speaking for my own self. There are times where I'm taking phone calls late. There are times when I'm off that I really need to be off. There are times when you're the entrepreneur and you're just beginning, you think you got to answer every single phone call. You think you got to answer every single email. But guess what? Your social media and your electronic tools are active 24/7. Remember, people, you're a human being. You're not active 24/7. You need rest. You need time with friends. You need time to decompress. You need sunlight. You need exercise. What are your boundaries? Well, we need to talk about that. And, one of the things about boundaries is the fact that, that's not something they tell you. When you become an entrepreneur, that's not something that is in your conversation, but it is a critical piece to maintaining your work-life balance. And I'm going to tell you that have you set up an opportunity in your business? If you're a new business, this might be helpful to you. Have you set up work hours in your business? Have you set up work hours? Or are you that guy or that lady that wakes up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and you're open at 2 o'clock on one day, 1 o'clock on another day? Or do you have you set hours for your business to be open? And if so, I'm going to recommend that you let your clients know. You need to let them know. Let your clients know, let your employees know how they can communicate with you. And I think that's important, because once you do that, I'm open from 9 to 4. And I have time with my advisors that we coach on Mondays and Fridays. And then we take our appointments on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I think as long as you communicate that with everybody in your circle, and then for you as the entrepreneur, you got to resist the urge to respond to every business call or email during your personal time. If you're married, you want to spend time, create a date night with your spouse, create a play day with your kids, and an annual trip with your family. These are the types of things that I'm talking about in setting boundaries. This is not only helps you when I look to decompress. I call that getting off the radar, right? When I'm off the grid a little bit and decompressing, I want to enjoy my quality time. I want you to enjoy your quality time and your family, your friends, and also all the things that set up your professional tone when you come back. You'll find that you have more energy. You'll find that your clientele will have more respect for your time. They won't treat you as a computer. They will start to treat you like a human being. And I think that's what we all want from that standpoint, right? If you can see takeaways, I'm going to our comments already. I see a couple. boundaries need to be set. That's exactly right. I Miss Leela, I honestly tell you, I know you are a new advisor out there, but those boundaries got to be set. And if you don't, that's probably one of the things that I can say as when I was a new advisor and I got into the business of dealing with the public, I didn't have that time frame set. And I felt that I had to answer every single call. Well, the calls are important, but probably hiring a virtual assistant is worth that time. Hire a virtual team to answer your phone calls for you. It's worth that time. Why? Because the other things in life are slipping. There are many, many occasions where there are people who are very successful in business who go home at night and don't know their kids, or they don't know their wife or their spouse any longer. And we know what happens with that. When you disconnect, a lot of things start to disconnect. And the things that you're running your business for, of course, it's your family, your children, your legacy. Well, if you disconnect the things that you're working for, you can see how it could dramatically change the landscape of your business if all the things you're working for are no longer there. So set boundaries. Set boundaries. It can be a train wreck. Yes, exactly. It can definitely be a train wreck. But these boundaries may be complicated at the beginning, but as everybody starts to abide by them and starts to see each other for who they are, it gets easier and easier and easier. And it becomes something that you have to communicate less and less. So, step 2, we're going to talk about prioritizing your task. Prioritizing your task is our next topic, right? And understanding the importance of being able to prioritize your task can have a significant impact on how you balance your personal life, and your business life, because you have to identify which tasks are critical. What is the most critical task to you? You know, I want to share a little story with you. I had a car accident. And after that car accident, I was having difficulty moving and operating the way I normally would. I had difficulty reading. I had difficulty with speech. And it took a little while for the recovery to happen. On the external side, I was I looked like I was okay. But internally, I still had some damage from the car accident. So I had to learn how to prioritize my task and not overstress myself, because I just wasn't able to communicate at the level that I'm accustomed to. And these tools that I'm sharing with you today has helped me to get past it. And I understand we want to get it all done today. But guess what? We can't. We can't. There will be a tomorrow with or without you. So if you're not here, don't worry about it. That task ain't going to get done anyway. So it made it easier for me to think about it and say, well, what's important to me? One, I want to be here. That's the first task. I want to be here to enjoy my life. Task number 1. 2, I want to be here for others that I'm working with. That's task number 2, right? So use these tools like a to-do list of the things that you want to put on your project management list. And if you do that, there's software that you can keep track of. There's, calendars that you can use, all these different types of things. Remember, not everything in life is urgent. How many of you guys, put it in the comments right now, how many of you guys know someone every time the phone rings, they got to jump and get it? Or every time they get an email, every time it pings, they got to jump and get it. No, most of us haven't had a class on working from home, right? So you go from working at the office to working at home, and you feel like you don't want to disconnect or disengage from your work, right? Well, you got to give yourself permission. You got to give yourself permission. You absolutely just do, okay? And if you do that, you'll find that these small tasks A little here, a little there, a little here, a little there. It could be just as much as getting up, going to walk for 30 minutes, come down, sit down, and do your work. Go to the gym for about an hour and a half, come back and do more work. Whatever the task is, instead of trying to take it all over at one time, you're going to be able to work it out a little bit at a time, and you may find that you get through it much faster. Going into our comments, hopefully these are takeaways for you folks that are out there that are just, and this is for all people who have a business to run. And once you put it down on paper and you try to do the same habits, we talked about successful people having predictable habits last week and the week before. If you start to put these things down, you'll start to see that, okay, I'm predicting what's going to happen because I put it down, I put a priority to it, and then I'm able to follow that task until completion. And then the end goal or the bigger goal, it becomes a little piece at a time, one step at a time. And once we get there, we get there. And it's not by mistake. It just happens to work out in our favor most of the time. So that's step number 2. Step number 3 today, we're going to talk about the beauty of task, delegating task. Wow. You know, when you were little, when your mom and dad used to go to work, they would tell you, at least mine did, hey, I want my brother, my younger brother, he's got a vacuum and I had to dust. Or we had to wash and clean the bathrooms and somebody had to cut the grass. And when mom and dad got home from work, the house was spotless. Dinner was made. But you and your family member, on the other hand, you were worn out, tired. You were too tired to go outside and play because you had been doing the chores all day long. Well, for mom and dad, that was probably a good deal because they came home and had less to do. And it was probably a good deal because they worked you as children with all that energy half to death. And when they got home, you're falling asleep. So those tasks became situations that were good for them. If you can relate to this, give me a thumbs up and follow through, right? Follow through. DI, you're absolutely right. So these tasks, we got to follow through with the task. And it's healthy. It's healthy. It's more healthy than you can imagine. Okay. Some of these, I'm looking back and I'm seeing other comments coming across my other screens that you guys can't see. And I'm going to go back. I want to talk about your comments in just a moment and share it with the whole group. But delegation, let's talk about that real quick. Why is it powerful? Because for business owners, you're looking for balance. You're looking for balance. You don't have to do everything. At one time, I was answering the phone. I was a salesperson. I was the agent. I was the advertising. I'm the promotions guy. I'm the marketing guy. You have to give these tasks away. Once you start to give these tasks away, you start to move from being an entrepreneur to more of a CEO. And once that happens, you can focus on the things that really matter, the things that are going to free you up so that you can increase the quality of services that you have. And for a long time, that was hard for me to do because I felt like no one could do it better. But the truth is, there's a lot of talent out there that are experts in little pieces of your puzzle so that you can focus on being the absolute best at what you do. And that's the function. So you got to trust in your team with these responsibilities. And that's important. If your teammates feel that you trust them, most of the time they won't let you fail. And that part of it has been a shift in my business. I can honestly tell you, I like to have my hands on everything. But the truth is, it allows me to focus on the strategies that make this whole system run. Even for you folks out here who are part of our lifestyle focus team, I will say this. I couldn't do it without our team. Why? Because everything we need has been in the room. Everything we need has been in the room. So from doctors, from advice, from um, uh, man, there's a lot of things that I lean on my team for. It's not just in business. It is my social circle. It's my community. It's my family. We got to lean on each other from one time to another. And if you're able to do that, that's why you want to be a part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. So when we return, I'm going to invite you in, and then we're going to finish out this list. What do you say? Hey, join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. Membership starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com. All right, so here we are. We're going to talk about self-care rituals. Number 4, step 4, self-care rituals. Now, for all my ladies out there, I know you guys do a better job than us men in many cases of making sure we got our self-care rituals together. And what I mean by that is there a day that you go get your hair done, a day that you go get your nails done, a day that you go to get a massage. Maybe it's going to the gym. All these different things are important, right? It's important. This can range from exercise to meditation to other hobbies such as doing your lawn or anything that helps you to relax and unwind and recharge. So by taking care of your physical and your mental health, when you take care of your physical and your mental health, you're better equipped to handle the whole day. I really think it helps you to minimize, I can't say get rid of, but it minimizes the stress of running your business. And you're going to need more energy. So if you haven't taken the opportunity to start working on your mental and emotional health, that is the highest recommendation I can give you. Self-care rituals are so important because if you do these things, you're going to need it. You're going to need the energy to deal with the audience that you're trying to attract. You have to realize everything is energy, it's flow, it's energy. If somebody comes, have you ever had someone walk past you with a big smile on their face and all of a sudden you just had a big smile on your face? Or better yet, have you had somebody come by that was feeling a little down and you just started feeling down? That is just an idea that I want to share with you about how energy transfers and flows. You can be a big ball of light to the people we talk to just by taking care of your mental and your emotional and your physical health. And when that happens, people start to respond in a more positive way. If you agree with me on that, again, please put your comments together because I will be coming back to your comments. One of us said takeaways. I can see it. Remember, if you put takeaways, I can find you. Physical and mental go hand in hand. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Sometimes the mental comes first to make you go do the things you need to do to stay physically fit. Some days you're like, I got to finish this task. Well, maybe my brain is exhausted. Maybe my body needs an outlet and then come back to it. And then you'll find that you have more energy. In the past, that has worked for me. So I like taking over the mindset of a CEO, and because the entrepreneurial thing is great, but it's a lot more work. It's a lot more work. Okay, Stephen over here says, as a small business owner, it's easy to neglect your own well-being. It's a disservice to yourself. Well, Stephen's absolutely correct. I think self-care is essential. It reduces your stress. It improves your lifestyle, your personal well-being. Without any of this, we can't do what we need to do. What is a lifestyle without any personal well-being? That's not a lifestyle. Well, it is a type of lifestyle, but probably not the one that I want to subscribe to. Not what we're talking about here at Lifestyle Focused Wealth, right? That's a road towards destruction. The one valuable tool that you have is you. We are the creators of money. We are the creators of energy. We are the creators of many, many things that we don't understand until we go inside and start to figure it out. Get your self-care rituals together and start talking about it. Number 5 is time management. Time management. Now, I slow down when I'm talking about time. Here's why. Because effective time management is the key to everything. It's the key to everything. You've heard me say it 100 times. And if you would, put it in the comments. Repeat after me. Your most valuable asset is time. It's not cash. It's time. So if you learn to manage your time, that is a key component to managing your personal life with business success. I can promise you now, if you utilize scheduling tools, if you're using them for both at home and your personal life, things get better. And then you become more and more disciplined about the time that you spend with your family, your friends. You start avoiding distractions that you don't need during your work hours. Man, you'll start to see your revenue go up. You'll start to see your brand expand. You'll start to see your relationships deepen almost overnight. So when I'm spending time with family and friends, I want to be there. I want to be fully engaged in what we're talking about. There have been times where I've been in situations where I'd be at a party and I'm thinking about what Susan said at work today, or what John needed at work today, or what kind of planning I needed to do for tomorrow, and totally missed the event, even though physically I was there. I just totally was checked out of it all the time. And that I realized that's not effective management of my time. Every moment needs to be a moment that you are willing to engage. You never know if that's the last engagement you have, the last opportunity you have. So let's take a better assessment of just time management and saying, my goal today is that I'm going to be engaged in the event that I'm in. Wherever I am physically, I want to be engaged mentally. And then I will come back to whatever else I needed to come back to. Am I making sense to y'all today? Am I making sense to you guys today? Thank you. Your most valuable asset is time. If you type it in there, you'll start to see it over and over again. If I were to ask you, and I've said it to multiples of you, if I said I can give you $1 million today, but you had to die tomorrow, which one would you take? More time or more money? Most people will say, well, I didn't have time to spend it. Exactly, can't take it with you. If you have more time, guess what you can do? You can learn to make more money. My question is, you might want to learn to make more time for relationships that have more value than money. They have more value than money. And that's what's so good about this community is we're trying to build a community that's so tremendously valuable that you don't want to be without it. Everything we need is in the room. Understand what I'm saying. It's so powerful. It is so powerful. And then you got to ask yourself, why am I not in that room? Why am I not part of that circle? What is it that I need that I might be able to get questions answered for myself? Why am I not in that room? Or better yet, maybe I got some kind of knowledge, expertise, or service that I could offer to someone else to save them time. Maybe you've messed up a lot along the way. The most successful people have made mistakes. I want to know, what were the mistakes you most successful people in the world have done? Why? Because it shortens my time of making the same mistake. If I can become a master of shortening my mistakes, I am saving time, lifetime. Over my lifetime, I'm saving time. And that time, again, goes back to what we focus on. Your self-care, delegation of tasks, and so forth. Okay, so I'm asking you to think a little bit bigger and more broad than what you see going across the screen, right? Right? Let me go back here and check my comments here. Let me see what I'm saying. This is from, hey, Muhammad, what's happening? Effective time management is crucial for balancing personal and professional life. Yes. Utilize schedules. Okay. He's saying utilizing his schedule to allocate time for both work and activities is important to him. Hey, Muhammad, thank you for checking in. Yes, it is important. It is important. And once we start to think about it, we all have things we got to do. No one has a exclusivity on being busy. All of us are busy, right? All of us are busy. Here's another one. One of our other folks says, delegation is indeed a game changer for small business owners striving to maintain balance. So recognizing that you don't have to do everything is definitely a point, right? It's definitely a point. What do we got? Takeaways? Do we have more takeaways? I have everything I need to be ridiculously successful. It's up always. That is very true. That is true. You have everything you need. It's so funny. We have been programmed to go out and we think that we have to go out and make more money. You start chasing more money. But again, what I said earlier, when we start understanding what energy is all about, understanding energy, you got to think. Like they say, bees go to flowers. Flowers don't chase bees. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. Don't chase money. Start thinking about the things that make us wealthy. Happiness, love, family, camaraderie, warmth. That's wealth. It's not cash. Wealth. When we improve our wealth, we improve our health. We live longer. You understand where we're going? Yes, I know. I'm getting there with you today. I'm taking you there. For those of you who have been with us for a long time, you already know what I'm talking about. It's lifestyle focused wealth. For a reason. For a reason. For a reason. For an absolute reason. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about reflect. This is your sixth tip of the day. Reflection. How often do you get an opportunity to give yourself flowers for the things that you've done? How often do you get to give yourself flowers for the things that you have completed, the tasks that you have completed? And the question is, why haven't you done it? You know, annually in our business, we get to go on a nice trip. If you hit a certain production goal. If you hit these goals, you've prioritized the goal, you've put your rituals together, you've managed your time so you can focus on your goal. And if you do it over and over again, you master it, and you start to reflect every day. Hey, my goal was making up my bed. When I got home that day, I was like, that's a good looking bed. My goal was to go outside and cut the grass and go to the gym. My goal was to do $10,000 in commission today. My goal was to earn $100,000 instead of a year. I earned it in a month. My goal is to start thinking about things in abundance, not from a poverty-stricken mindset. In abundance, meaning the universe is going to be able to give me whatever I attract to it. And as big as I can think, I'm going to move in that direction. But when do we say, hey, you've done a good job? When have you said to yourself, I got good kids. Your children have grown up. They're good citizens. Your business is working. Your car is paid off. Your bills are paid. You should give yourself some flowers. When's the last time that you went out, gave yourself a massage? Give yourself a trip. Give yourself an opportunity to spend absolute time doing nothing. Go buy yourself an ice cream. Catch a movie in the middle of the day. All these things are ways that we can talk about reflect. So reflection allows us to access whether you're maintaining a healthy lifestyle and that healthy balance between work and personal. So I'm going to encourage you to take some time weekly, some time monthly, and some time annually to make sure that your state of mind and your overall satisfaction with what you've accomplished, that you've had an opportunity to sit back and reflect on it. Because you are amazing. You're amazing. You don't have to wait for somebody to tell you how amazing you are. You just need to sit down and realize that you have done amazing things for other people and they recognize it. The question is, do you recognize how amazing you are? Everything you need is in your room, your mental room, right? So adjustments, if you have to make adjustments, it'll always be necessary. We have to pivot. We have to learn to pivot. So it's important to recognize when changes are needed in your life, because if you're not reflecting enough, you need to start making it a priority. You need to add that reflection, that self-care reflection every week. And you need to take some time and put it on your schedule to manage it into your lifestyle. Am I making sense to you? Am I making sense to you guys today? Positive energy is the conduit for positive attraction. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. So, I'm loving what's happening in the comments over here on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining me today, because when you're talking back to me, I really realize that, hey, I'm not out here just talking alone. It's almost hard to talk in the box, right? Who wants to be Jack in the Box talking to the box? We want to be able to have a conversation. We want to be able to talk to you about these things, because I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that's going through them. I'm sharing with you things that I have experienced on my own. So I know that there's other people out there that have experienced it. So please, please, please don't forget to go down there and share, click, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. We want to have you around. We want to have you around because these people who are paying attention to this podcast, they need to hear from you. They need to hear from you. Is there any more comments out there for the comments? How have we done today? Did you like this program today? Did you like this content today? Say, get them likes up. Yes, let's get those likes up. Get those likes up, those shares and subscriptions. Get the subscriptions up too. Okay? Get those subscriptions up too. That's what I'm talking about. So by you guys being a part of it, we definitely are appreciative of you being mindful of that. Hey, Ron, how are you? I almost left you out. Says balancing work and life isn't set it and forget it. It's not a set it or forget it deal. It's more like a pest control. You've got to, wait a minute. It's more like pest control. You've got to stay on top of it or the things can get out of hand real fast. Well, you're right. Things can get sneaky and creepy real quick. It's kind of like pest control. That's a new one. Thanks, Ron. Thanks for your comment. Here's another comment. Treat your reflection time like your sacred appointment. Treat your appointment time like your sacred appointment. I love that. Ron, thank you for that. Once you block it off on your calendar and guard it fiercely. I tell people all the time, once I put you on my calendar, it's okay for me to forget about you until my appointment or the day before, because that leaves room for me to focus on the other things that I got to do today. It's not that, it's not that I'm not going to think about you. It's just that your brain can only hold so much information. So you have to give yourself permission to give things away and to delegate it on the tools that you have around you that can help you organize your life, right? I think I got time for one more. Trust me, as someone who learned the hard way, a little regular maintenance goes a long way in keeping your sanity intact. Well, that is absolutely true. And because we're learning from one another, why do we need to go insane? All we have to do is manage a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. And if you really think about it, our lifestyles, our human lifestyle, kind of works like our financial lifestyle. You got to make deposits every single day. And when you make those deposits, you need to compound your effort. And when you compound your effort, your bag is bigger. Your cash is bigger, but I'm going to say your time. You got more time in your bag in your living existence. Hey, listen, if we've done a good job today with this type of content, I know we're getting deeper and deeper into what this is all about. But if you like this type of content, please put it in the comments so that people can see it, people can replay it. It will replay on YouTube tonight at 6:00. I'm here every Friday, and it's our Lifestyle Focus Friday. We want to send you off into the weekend with information that you can use and you can start to think about, and hopefully you can use right away, right? So hey, listen, I want to thank you guys out there for joining us. That's our time today. This has been a good program. I really have enjoyed speaking with you guys. Thank you for allowing me to share 6 tips of how to balance your small business and your personal life. And do me a favor, remind you to let us know how it worked for you over the next 7 to 10 days. What did you prioritize? What was on your calendar? What was your accomplishments? And then how did you reflect the completion of your goal? Well, listen, it is my time. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Ronco Johnson. This has been When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? And enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all just be safe out there. love on someone, and tell them I sent you. All right? See you next time.